Patrick Van Aanholt and Josh Doig Arsenal transfer. Welcome to your boys channel, welcome to transfer deadline day January 2021, and with the window coming to a close today, they might just be a madness as Arsenal are linked with left backs left, right and centre, and also players like Ainsley Maitland Niles could be set to leave the mighty Arsenal. So let's get into the latest episode. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel Transfers FC, the penultimate episode. Of course, as always, before we get into the video, go down there, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, my beautiful people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as always on Van Aanholt, on Doig, and who do you think Arsenal are going to sign on deadline day. But without any further ado, let's get into a special episode of the Transfers FC. It is deadline day, my guys, let's go. First thing to discuss is Arsenal want left backs. I said it's left back city today. Arsenal have made it clear they've got one target, one position, and here's the left back. And the first player in discussion is Crystal Palace's Patrick Van Aanholt. As the Mirror Football have claimed that Arsenal are plotting Patrick Van Aanholt transfer swoop after Tyreek Mitchell blow. Now of course Mitchell is also a left back that plays for Crystal Palace, but with him being younger and right now being the first team left back for the team, Arsenal just could not get that deal done and it's basically dead in the waters. So that's why Arsenal have turned their attentions to PVA glue Patrick Van Aanholt, and I can understand why Arsenal want to make it still happen. Now I can already see a lot of men saying Babs, PVA, Patrick Van Aanholt, he's not that good, but ultimately he's going to be a backup dancer to a man like KT. And in terms of his age, he's 30 years old, he's got a lot and a vast amount of Premier League experience, and ultimately the key factor is he would count as a homegrown player, because if you didn't know it, he's come through the Chelsea Academy. And I can already see the Chelsea fans saying, oh Babs, another Chelsea reject, but it is what it is. Again, as I said, backup dancer to KT. And also another very key factor in this deal is Van Aanholt's contract is set to expire in the summer transfer window of 2021. He's got 6 months left, and that's why I can really much see this deal happening. And also with him being displaced by Mitchell and coming to a big club like Arsenal, I'm sure he'll be able and willing to sit on the bench. And so yes, he may not be the best left back and all, but you're not going to sign a prime Marcelo to back up Kieran Tierney. And we've already seen when Tierney injured, Cedric just doesn't cut it as a left back, you know, he's just not a natural left back. But let me know your own thoughts on Patrick Van Aanholt in the comments below, and do you want to see him at Arsenal, and if not, who else do you want to see? But talking about left backs, Van Aanholt is not the only option, because we also have man like Josh Doig from Hibernian, the 18-year-old left back who is COYG. As Sky Sports have claimed that Arsenal and Chelsea are closely monitoring the progress of Hibernian left back Josh Doig, the 18-year-old Edinburgh-born defender has attracted attention from a host of clubs after a number of impressive displays since making his first team debut last August. Now this transfer here may just make a bit more sense for Arsenal in the longer term, because this player in question, man like Josh Doig, he is only 18 years of age, and I think he'll be happy to be a backup for a player like Tierney, who he looks up to as well, because of course they are both Scottish. You would have seen Tierney come through to Arsenal and do the bits he's done. And also in terms of the cost of this deal, we're only talking apparently a small fee of £1 to £2 million. But ultimately what I'll say about this deal is because he's playing so many first team minutes for Hibernian, is he willing to leave that at this current age of the progress to move to be on the bench for Arsenal? But as Raul Sanllehy famously once said, when it's an Arsenal knock, it is a different knock. So just don't be surprised if this deal develops throughout the day, and if it happens, don't be surprised. This ain't no RK out of nowhere. We can see the interest, just keep an eye on this transfer. But yeah, ultimately if Arsenal after signing a player today, it's not Hussein Mawar, it's not Emiliano Buendia, not an attacking midfielder, it's going to be a backup left back. Isn't the most exciting, no, but ultimately I'm happy with the business so far. Arsenal done the window. We've signed the attacking midfielder in Odegaard, we've signed the backup goalkeeper in also Matt Ryan. If we can get the backup left back, and if it is a player the age of Josh Doig of course, who also counts as a homegrown player, then ultimately it goes down as a decent little window. And you know what, fair play, it is what it is. But let me know your own thoughts on Arsenal's incoming so far in the transfer window and rate it out of 10. And also in terms of left back, who do you want to see Arsenal targets? But let's now move on to the Arsenal departures, and there are a few. The first one, my guys, it's a very, very sad one. And that is not the departure of a player or something like that. It is a departure of a GOAT of Arsenal. And the people we're talking about is the AFC Bell, the Arsenal Twitter account, famously known for the Thomas Partey deal. They have announced today that after 5 years, they are closing down the shop. As they announced on the AFC Bell desk account, beloved followers, we are eternally grateful for the support you have shown us for the past 5 years. The memories we made together in the past 2 transfer windows will forever live in our minds and our hearts. Unfortunately, it is time to bid farewell. Take care and goodbye. Now I won't lie my guys, when I saw this news it hurt me. It caught me out of nowhere. I wasn't ready for it because AFC Bell has been the GOAT for Arsenal transfers and he just got everything spot on, and it is just sad to see. It will be a long day without you my friend, and all we're going to see no more AFC Bell. No, this can't be true. I mean, memories like this of course in the summer transfer window, it will go down in history for Arsenal Twitter, when of course everyone thought part it was never going to happen, and they tweeted this out just a few days before the window closed. In the coming days you will not hear excuses from our side such as the club has changed their mind at the last moment. The club did not collect enough money from selling players. This was just a joke and a social experiment, account tax or any ridiculous excuses consumed, and when the deal is done we don't want any praise or any thanks. Well, you know what, the GOAT, I am going to thank you today for what you've done and just the joy you have brought Arsenal fans on Twitter. Now in terms of why they are choosing to leave Arsenal, I'm not going to go through the conspiracy theories, but there are a few, and one being of course an article they released about Unai Emery's time at Arsenal just before he left and how he was selected, and a lot of information. Once that article came back to forth a few days later, it's time to go for AFC Bell. It is what it is. But ultimately, I want to thank the AFC Bell for the work they have done, and you will forever be my GOAT for Arsenal transfers. Can I get a GOAT in the comment? Big up AFC Bell, and best of luck with your future endeavours. But yeah, guys, the AFC Bell is now gonito. He's gone, it's finito, and I just wasn't ready for it. And let's move on before you actually see tears in my eyes of pain and sadness. And the next thing we need to discuss is Ainsley Maitland Niles, as apparently he's on his way out as well. As David Ornstein has confirmed that Arsenal's plan has been for Ainsley Maitland Niles to go out on loan as a fullback and Joe Willock as a midfielder. And the first report you have for Ainsley Maitland Niles is from the Telegraph, as they have claimed that Leicester have shown interest in Ainsley Maitland Niles, but it is not being actively pursued at this stage. Now look, let's get it straight. If Ainsley Maitland Niles is to leave, I think Leicester is a good club to go to. But they're saying that, aren't Leicester technically Arsenal top 4 rivals? Are we not strengthening a rival? I mean, that is if you actually think Arsenal are in a top 4 race, which of course is down to discussion, as the report is also added Leicester have informed Arsenal that they are keen to do a loan deal with an option to buy to make it a permanent transfer in the summer. A move to the Midlands would appeal to Maitland Niles, especially as it would most likely strengthen his England chances. And ultimately that's what it's going to go down to. I think Maitland Niles is going to push for this transfer because Leicester will, if he plays regularly there, he will force his way back in and remain in the England side. The Donny wants to go to the Euros. I can't be against that. He wants to further his career, and fair play to you. And if you're looking from the player's point of view, going to Leicester makes a lot of sense and it's a very good move. But in terms of Arsenal, you're losing a player, you're weakening the squad, and you're kind of strengthening a rival. Does it make sense? I'm not sure. But let me know your own thoughts on Ainsley Maitland Niles leaving Arsenal, and is it the right call? Of course, another player that's been linked by a transfer is man like Joseph Willock. And there has been some reports from the UK media saying the Newcastle think if Arsenal let someone go on loan, it will be Joe Willock who they have made an inquiry for. Now in terms of Joe Willock, he's another example of a player who most certainly needs a transfer away and a loan away, but are also going to make it happen. Because if you think about it, with the amount of games Arsenal have, important games coming up, with Willock being a bit of a versatile midfielder, would Arsenal be willing to let him go? And also the question really is, have Arsenal lost faith in Joe Willock? Because yes, he's been alright in the Europa League, but in the Premier League and the other competitions, the guy's been bang average. But then again, he is still a very young player, he's got a lot of time to go. I've just keeping a little bit hope for Willock, but it is fading. But in terms of the player's career, for me, it makes sense to go out loan to the Championship, or even if you're lucky to a Premier League side. But as long as he's playing first team consistent minutes, then it just makes sense for all parties. And in terms of the Arsenal attacking midfield area, of course we now have 2 players there. We have ESR Mill Smith-Rowe as well as Martin Odegaard. But yeah, I personally believe Joe Willock on loan makes sense. And who else will go out on loan though? Is it Reece Nelson? Of course, we already discussed Ainsley Maitland Niles. And also, what is going to happen with Shkodran Mustafi? And are Arsenal going to release him from his contract? Because even when the window closes, Arsenal can still do that, and I would not be surprised if he doesn't make the squad going into the next part of the season. But yeah guys, transfer deadline day is upon us. Don't expect a madness like Thomas Partey last window, but I do expect a couple incomings potentially, and obviously a lot of outgoings: Maitland Niles, Nelson, Willock and Mustafi. So stay tuned on your boys channel, and there may just be a live stream towards the end of the transfer window, or if not, a special roundup episode of Transfers FC. But there you guys go. Let me know your own thoughts on on the transfer window and rate it out of 10 in the comments below. Of course, as always, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to go down there, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. We are on the road to 40k, man, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow all my social media. The links are in the description below. But there you guys go, the penultimate episode of Transfers FC, the January 2021 edition. It's been a decent window, but there's still a few more things and a few more twists to see. I will see you very soon in a bit. Arsenal signs and players.